Hello, what's going on ladies and gentlemen? Happy New Year, hope you had a great 2019 and a great start to 2020. So just before this video starts, there's a little something I want to show you guys. There is an MMA internet research group called MMA History Today. They post fights that have happened a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago on this day. So like the annoying Facebook notifications that you get. And as well as that, they've also done a series of drawings on important things in MMA. So big fights, famous fighters, successful fighters, all the champions, and I just thought I'd show you what I purchased off them very recently, which is their most recent outing in their Art of Fight series, and here it is. It's the Jorge Masvidal Ben Askren KO. Just look at the detail on this thing. It's beautiful. You've got the record breaker, 5 seconds. I love everything about this, and there was a closing day for when you could order it. I'm gonna get this framed and put up on my wall. This isn't sponsored. I am not being paid by MMA History Today to shout them out at all. I just thought they are a really good social media page, and they do amazing art, and they are going to continue to make more amazing art pieces, and I think more people should be giving them attention and recognizing the amazing work that they do. So that's enough of that, on with the video.
Now, UFC 246 is nearly upon us. We've got Conor McGregor's return against Donald Cowboy Cerrone. This is a highly anticipated fight, years in the making really. These two have had back and forth for a long time over press conferences, social media, and it's a dream fight, really. Cowboy Cerrone is one of those guys who will fight anyone, anytime, anywhere, and McGregor's the same, man. Early on in his career, he was adamant to fight whoever he had to get to those titles. Conor's coming off that loss to Khabib in October of 2018. He hasn't fought since then, and he's got a lot to prove in this fight and a lot to lose. Cowboy's last 4 fights were all at 155. This is his return to 170. The last time we saw him at welterweight was when he submitted Mike Perry and gave us that glorious photo of him with the armbar. The intensity in that photo, I love it. He went on quite a mixed run at welterweight. He had a few wins, a few losses. He went on a 3-fight losing streak at one point, and in his last 2 fights, he suffered losses against Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje, both at 155. Fair play to Cowboy, I say, for taking this fight against McGregor, but at the end of the day, on paper, McGregor ain't doing so good at the moment. His last win was when he beat Eddie Alvarez to win the UFC lightweight title, which was the first time a UFC champion moved up a weight class and won a second world title. And obviously, he had the big money boxing match against Floyd Mayweather, and then he returned to MMA in October 2018, as I said, and got beat by Khabib Nurmagomedov by neck crank in the 4th round. However, McGregor's coach John Kavanagh is expressing major confidence in Conor, saying that he's the best he's ever looked. At his peak, McGregor is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. He's got an absolute piston of a left hand, which for us Sahabi calls the touch of death, and when Conor was at his peak, he was phenomenal. I mean, he was slating everybody in press conferences, he was an active fighter, he was fighting anyone, anytime, anywhere, and he was knocking out everybody. He was picking the round, he was picking the punch. At one point in his career, he was taking out contenders left and right, and then immediately calling out the next guy, just like that. We have not seen this Conor for a long time, and I feel like if we're going to see him at any point, now is the time. This is a must-win fight for Conor McGregor. If he doesn't win this fight, he may never reach the top of the mountain again. And although he's coming off 2 losses, Cowboy Cerrone is a tough matchup for McGregor. Every fight is different, and I believe Cowboy is going to bring it to Conor if he gets the chance. He's a gritty fighter. He works high and low with his combos. He's got a fantastic submission game. He's a tough man with a lot of motivation with his family. I believe this is going to be the most motivated Cowboy Cerrone we've seen in a long time. This is a big opportunity for him to get the biggest win of his career and put the king down. And while Cowboy Cerrone will be respected by the entire MMA community whether he wins or loses, of course if he beats Conor McGregor, that's career defining. I mean, Nate Diaz's career completely skyrocketed in terms of mainstream media when he tapped out Conor McGregor. If this fight goes to the ground, Cowboy most certainly has a great chance of gaining a dominant position on Conor and potentially tapping him out. Cowboy's got much more of a history of submitting people than Conor has, and we've seen that McGregor's biggest weakness in his game, not that his jiu-jitsu is bad, but we've seen that his biggest weakness is his jiu-jitsu. All of Conor McGregor's losses have been by submission. Diaz, Khabib, Joe Duffy early in his career. So on paper, Cowboy has the biggest chance of winning if the fight goes to the ground. We will see how this fight plays out, and I am super excited to see it. The whole world is going to be watching. Personally, if I had to pick who is going to win, I'd have to go with McGregor on paper. If the motivated McGregor who wanted to get to the top of the featherweight division, beat Jose Aldo, and then wanted to get that second world title and beat Eddie Alvarez, the McGregor who wanted to get revenge on Nate Diaz, if that McGregor turns up, he will very easily and quickly beat Cowboy Cerrone in my opinion. But if he comes up against Cowboy with the mindset and the preparation he had against Khabib, I think Cowboy has a very strong chance of beating McGregor. Guys, I'm super excited for this fight. This is the best way you can kick off a year. The return of Conor McGregor, a big fight, a super exciting fight, and and one that the fans have been asking for years. I can't wait for this. UFC 246 this Saturday. I am most certainly going to be watching it. May the best man win. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and share with your MMA loving friends. Hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.